Hey guys, this is Scott from Personality Growth, and in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about the differences between the INTJ and the INTP. Now, when you first look at both of these personality types, you'll notice that they do seem very similar reading the descriptions, and a lot of people have a hard time distinguishing either if they're an INTP or an INTJ, or if somebody else they know is one. And I guess I wanted to do a video just to clear this up a little bit. And if you're having trouble deciding between these two, it's actually not as tricky as it might seem from reading some descriptions online or anywhere else. But the easiest way to tell these two apart is by their cognitive functions. And I'll just go through real quick and talk about the INTP's cognitive functions and then the INTJ's. So first, if you're an INTP, your first function will be introverted thinking, which means that you kind of take in the world from how you see everything is filtered through your own internal logic. You have your own internal framework that you built up in the world. It's kind of almost like a spider web of information that you can see how everything kind of holistically relates to everything else, and uh, it's pretty well tuned and well sorted out, and you constantly want to take in new information to build it to be more accurate. And also the INTP, their second function would be extroverted intuition or any, and this is developed a little bit later in life, but it complements their introverted thinking, and this function allows them to see the big picture and see how everything sort of relates to everything else. It could cause you to have a connection, see the interconnectedness between two seemingly unrelated things. For example, you could use the laws of physics and how a car motor engine works, and you could somehow find logical consistencies between those two and use their similar framework to come to a conclusion about something completely off topic. And if you're an INTP, you'd probably understand what I'm saying easily. If you're a different type, you might kind of be like, what is Scott talking about right now? But yeah, so that's the second function of the INTP. The third function, which is developed probably in the mid 20s to early 30s, and that is introverted sensing. And the introverted sensing function is more about how you perceive the world, and you want things to be similar and to make to be familiar. I guess would be the best way. You become better at realizing facts and valuing routine and seeing how past situations can influence and shape future situations. So you kind of always have an idea of how things have gone before and how they might go in the future. And so yeah, that'll basically give you a quick rundown of the INTP. For the INTJ, like I said before, these two can seem pretty similar, but when you go down to these cognitive functions, you'll see just how different they are. For the INTJ, their first function is introverted intuition, or NI, and this function's basically it's hard to explain, but it's an intuitive understanding of the world, and it's kind of just your own mental grasp of how everything's fits together. So, like an INTJ personality type would be one of the types that's most likely to say, "I just had a gut feeling about something. I just kind of trust my intuition on this," and usually it turns out to be right when they do follow it. And the functions, like I said, this function's probably the hardest one to explain in all of Myers-Briggs, but yeah, it's just kind of a gut understanding of all the things, and you could see how intuitive concepts play together. And it's very difficult to explain to other people, but it does make sense to you. And also, their second function. The second function of the INTJ is extroverted thinking, and this complements their first function. And basically, what it is they want to externally organize the world in a logical framework, and this can be done by just wanting everything to kind of be structured in a step-by-step format. It's almost as if the INTJ sees pieces of information, logical frameworks as building blocks, and it wants to assemble those. And it is very good at knowing sequential order of things. So it would say, first you need to do this, then you need to do the second step, the third step, and the fourth step. And it's not going to make sense if it's out of order. And that's just how it's going to go. And mixed with their intuitive sense of the world, they can, create new frameworks and new ways of doing things, and organize everything in a way that other types might not be as apt to. And then, like I said before, that might not make sense. If this isn't making sense and you're debating it, you're probably closer to INTP, like I said in the first part. But I'll just go ahead and talk about the third function of the INTJ, and this one's developed a little bit later. Like I said, it's developed probably around your mid-20s to early 30s, and this function is Introverted Feeling. And this is where INTJs kind of have like a softer side to them. Like they might have like a semi rigid exterior, but like deep down they have their own emotions and moral their moral beliefs that they kind of form at a later age. So this, while they want everything to be logical and make sense, they also want it to fit into their personal value systems, and that's very important to them. So that can really help them, develop and find where they want to go in life and what path they want to take. And so, yeah, if you agreed with those, you're probably an INTJ. And if you agreed with the first points, you're probably an INTP. And if you're still not sure, you could just go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to it. And if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you subscribe to it. And I'll be doing quite a few more videos on other people's types, as well as personal growth tips and what you can do to help develop your type. And so, yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.